Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Valar. Hope everybody is doing awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today's video is going to be a guide on Chancellor Yasmin. So here, all right. So, um, Chancellor Yasmin, I'm gonna get it out of the way right now and just say she's going to fit best for a mid-tier player's account. She's okay. Most endgame players are going to have little to no use for her, actually. So I still wanted to build her, though. It was requested I build her. I pulled her one of the 10Xs. And I'm trying to do as many guides on these new champions that I've pulled as I possibly can. Because I'm just having fun and I want to kind of see what they do, too, right? So Chancellor Yasmin, let's take a look at what her skills actually do. So her A1 is pretty much just meh. It's a one hitter that places an extra hit if the target has no active buffs. It is her sole and only damage dealing ability, and she hits like a wet noodle on it. So you're going to see in the build here, and I'm going to go over a little bit of mistakes of what I was thinking, but I just wanted to show it with what I had. It's very minor stuff, but kind of give a little bit of advice to not worry about damage on her whatsoever, actually. And then if you can avoid booking this, great. I could not. I tried to. I went single books. It booked everything. This is the ability that I really want booked. Heals an ally by 40% of their max HP. Heals by 60% instead if the target has 50% HP or less. The problem is that it might be the teams I'm running around. It doesn't really proc that much, which is weird. It's a 2-turn cooldown. So there's got to be a trigger of when she actually places it. Now, that could be a good thing, actually, because you don't want her wasting the heal where she's just healing people that are full HP, that type of stuff. So I think there's some type of trigger where it's like a 25% HP that actually makes this happen. So we'll showcase that. And then this lulling chant, it's a 4-turn cooldown, a debuff strip, right? But it only has a 75% chance. And then it places a sleep on all enemies who have active buffs. So if you do not remove the buffs, most likely you will get a sleep if you have enough accuracy, if they don't have block debuffs up too. So, and it's also a 4-turn cooldown and a lower chance, only a 75% chance. So while I do think she's actually okay, I'm not super excited about her. But I'm still doing the video because she could be good for certain people's accounts, right? I do think she's going to have a use. I just think you're going to outgrow her at some point. So increases ally speed in all battles by 20%. That's a nice aura to have because it's everywhere, right? Pretty good. Here's how I built her. I wanted to focus on accuracy. I was focusing HP, but one of defense was actually the thing that I kind of just stacked on there just because I was trying to get the speed and accuracy as high as I could. And I'm going to say this might be a mistake right here, too, because I built her with 241 speed, and sort of the way that her debuff removal works, she might actually be too fast. It's so odd that I'm saying this, but you don't really get the value out of her unless buffs are up, and her AI is completely broken too. So in a bad way. So not broken to help you, broken in that she's going to just burn the ability and it's useless because it does no damage or anything. Maybe you put a couple people to sleep and that's about it. So anyway, debuff accuracy though, 335. You want that for the buff removals. I would say depending on what you're using her in Doom Tower, 300 plus, right? I don't have enough resistance there though. You're never going to use her in Clan Boss, I feel like. And then just general content, dungeons and things like that, and Faction Wars, 220, 250-ish. You don't have to have 335. Crit damage, don't even bother. Damage doesn't matter. So blend to builder is actually a little bit tricky in a way, too. I probably should have switched because I'll show I have gloves that are HP and a chest plate that's HP, too. Should probably actually switch one of them. I mean, defense. They're both defense. I should switch one of them to HP because their HP is a little low at 31,000, but she does have 3,500 defense. She does have nice base stats. I'll give her that. 16,000 HP. The attack is actually pretty good, or balanced, not amazing. The defense is decent. The speed is great, 109, right? And then the resist is 30 there. No accuracy, but she does have good speed, good defense. And then I put this 5% chance to prevent skill cooldown. This is actually a refresh banner that a pretty good banner actually that I got from 3v3 Arena. And then the only reason I even use this crit damage amulet, you want more of an HP amulet or something. It just had a better accuracy roll is the only reason I used it. And then defense with defense percent here, and then attack. Speed boots, double accuracy, and 4 pieces. I mean, 2 pieces of accuracy, 4 pieces of speed I put on her. It was just, again, going for the speed, HP, accuracy, defense, that type of stuff. Defense, speed, accuracy. You kind of see the theme here. Defense, attack, speed, speed, accuracy, speed, resistance, accuracy, a little bit of crit damage. Trying for the higher accuracy pieces is pretty much it. Now, Masteries, what did I do with the Masteries on her? Masteries they're a little bit interesting. I think there's several ways you can build her, and here is a mistake I made. Don't even bother with the offense tree. Go down the defense tree because she has no damage, so there's no point in building her with the offense tree, just with the 1 damage ability, but I did it. Scrap it and don't do what I did on that one. However, 2 different ways you could build her. I got the 333 accuracy without going down the accuracy tree to Eagle Eye. If you were more concerned with using her for the debuff stripper, you'd want to go that route. But I thought that was a 4-turn cooldown. It doesn't have a 100% chance. Yeah, you can get up to whatever 80% chance with the skills here. But I thought the better utility for her would be that single target heal, because it's a 2-turn heal, and like Apothecary has that. So I wanted her to proc as much, increase the heals, and also increase her turn meter to get the heals going for providing extra support. So that's how I built her. This may not be the right way or what I would recommend, hey, everybody do it. It's just one way to build her. You got to look at all this stuff because we're all going to build things differently. You got to look at this with a grain of salt. There's not one perfect way to build this. What are you going to use the champion for, and how do you want to build it, and what teams do you have it in and everything too? So I thought I would want to show her with that quick single target heal cycling a lot. So I did things to just increase her heal. That's why I went down this route. So I wanted to get this stuff, increased healing type stuff, and potentially decreasing the random cooldown. Decreasing the cooldown, very small chance, of course. This doesn't matter. Okay, people die, increases her speed. You don't really want people dying, but she doesn't. The other stuff, this stuff could benefit her, but not really, because the debuffs that she places is only a sleep, and it doesn't count for that. So, but I put timely intervention because I do like timely intervention for my support champs that are healers, just so they increase their turn meter. When somebody's in trouble of dying, they potentially have a clutch way to go faster to not revive them, but to bring them back up to health. So let's showcase her in a little bit of content. I'll showcase her in Faction Wars because the Bannerlord's Crypt is actually open tonight. And we'll go through this Faction Wars Stage 20 with this team here. But you're going to see right up the gate, she's the fastest. She just wasted that Lulling Chant ability. It does no damage, nothing. So the fact I made her the fastest completely negates the utility of that. Like, what I was kind of thinking is maybe you want to make her the slowest in your team, because then she could actually get rid of all these. It sounds weird to say that, though, because this is the paradox of her, is you're wanting to get value out of that heal, plus you also want to get value out of the debuff strips, but it's very hard to do with how you have to build her. Look right there. She did Lulling Chant. She wasted it. And now we have all these buffs up. One of them actually an unkillable buff right there too. So it doesn't make any sense. They actually totally need to fix the way she works. I feel like that ability should not be used at all unless there are buffs up on the other team. It should be plain and simple. Okay, there was her heal right there. She procced for 18,000 on the heal. Pretty nice heal. But Okay, and then now she did remove some there, but would have been better if she didn't burn that up front. I just did her A1 actually. So the way she should start out is prioritize the A1 uh, if there's no buffs, and then if there are buffs up, go ahead and prioritize the A3 that does the buff removal. She's she's I've been really excited about these champions recently, actually, and I thought she would be cool. She's actually my least favorite of the ones I've built so for a while now. Like all the other ones, that was a good heal right there. So this is actually pretty good of how it's showcasing. Like she had a 30,000 heal right there on herself because she was below what was it 50% HP. So she can really just heal someone right back up to full super quick. So that is where I think her value is. But I'm almost thinking even Apothecary just works better from an AI standpoint in that. So I'm a bit disappointed. I don't know if I'm. Let me know if I'm off base. So throw it in the comments if someone's got Chancellor Yasmin and is just in love with her and has built an amazing build and is blowing your mind. Just go ahead and put it in the comments and let me know. I want to know actually. I want to know like is she cool in your setup? Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't feel like it. I feel like she's actually mediocre. Is kind of like my opinion on her. And we'll show her in 20 here. I'm not going to do the whole Dragon 20 run because whatever. Then I got this team with based off whatever tournament we have going on now. But there you go, right there. So terrible, terrible. It doesn't matter because we're going to nuke down the wave anyway, and then she barely does any damage right there. But just completely terrible AI. There is a lot of terrible AI. This is kind of what I was alluding to in the video that I just did with the developer Q&A. They really should focus on some AI stuff actually, and then some quality of life improvements. Okay, we got the speeds up. Let's see if her ability. She got rid of all of them except one, and she put him to sleep. So okay, it actually worked there that time, but I don't know. Not that exciting really. She certainly isn't that exciting. So I could showcase her in Doom Tower, and maybe we will actually, but let's actually do that. I mean, you kind of see how she works, but it's the same consistent theme everywhere. Really, her AI is just broken. If they switched it to where she wouldn't use that A3 unless buffs were up, her value would go up tremendously. Right now, she's gonna be a Vault Guardian for me actually, but hey, okay, 33 I think has some. Yeah, all right. Let's see how this goes. I'm taking Seer out. I'll throw Funda in there, whatever. I just want to, and I'm running her with the speed and the aura here. So right up front, she's going to waste this ability. Boom, wasted again. Did nothing. It's pretty frustrating actually when that happens. So I mean, just disappointing. Really disappointing in a way. Now I think there's might be able to get some increased speeds up and stuff, and some buffs right here that we could potentially strip away. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. So if we have that ability off cooldown, we would be able to go in here and strip the rest of the buffs. But no, because we have wasted the ability a couple times. Nope. So you're seeing it. It's the same theme everywhere. She doesn't take as many books as the other ones. I think it was like 12 books. But I got to admit, unless you're mid-game and don't have any other options for a debuff stripper, I don't know that I would probably. Okay, I meant to showcase her in arena as well, so we're going to go into arena here. I had originally cut the video short there, and then I was like, oh, I didn't showcase her in arena, where she could have a little bit more value because you control what actually happens. So let's find the team here. Now, this team is going to obliterate us, I feel like, actually, if we... but we'll try it out anyway, so... Okay, let's see. By putting her in here, I've really diminished the value on my team. Okay, there are shield buffs up, so Let's see what she does with it. Okay, so 75% chance with the shield buffs here. She put Miscreated and Duchess to sleep, so that is actually kind of nice. Now we don't, but the thing is, we don't want to disrupt the sleep, right? So you kind of gotta hedge around that a little bit. I don't know why I'm targeting picks now. I should have went after Skull Crown. But okay, yeah. I mean, it did help a little bit there by having. Okay, so now we got. All right, let's see what she does here. This is interesting. So I wonder who she's going to heal. Will she heal the Lydia, or will she heal herself, or who's she going to do here? She healed. Wow! Did you see that heal? So that is actually a huge heal. So a single target heal, 43,000 right there. That's because of Lydia's HP, but that's the clutch part of her. So maybe more in arena would be where she kind of could shine a little bit. Now, if you have Madame Saris or anything like that, though, that's like a debuff stripper, you're just not going to use her. This actually could be a cool way to end this here if maybe we can get her to. Let's actually, hopefully, the debuff strip is off cooldown, and then we can see if she can. Yep, it is. Okay. Can she remove all these buffs? Yep, she did. Okay, so she did her job, which is cool. So Arena could be the best place for her, I feel like, right now. They need to fix the AI so that in dungeon content and just general content in the game, she has more value. When you can control her in Arena, you see what happens there. Plus, you get the good HP, you get the good single target, so it can bring up your champ that was about to die. So I will leave it at that. If you found it helpful, again, please subscribe to the channel. Consider subscribing. I really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for tuning in so long to this, and cheers.